Now let us talk about the installation procedures for the strain gauge. These are the steps that you need to go through while installing strain gauge. The descriptions are given here. The process starts by doing the surface treatment. This is very important. You have to do this before installing the strain gauge. It is to ensure that the strain gauge, once it is installed onto the test specimen, it is strongly attached to the test specimen. The surface condition should be good to ensure a good bond between the strain gauge and the test specimen, so that the strain can be effectively conveyed from the test specimen to the strain gauge. Now, how do you do the surface treatment? You will need to scour the test specimen and degrease the test specimen surface if necessary. Make sure the surface that you're going to install the strain gauge is flat to maximize the contact surface with the strain gauge. And then we proceed with installations of the strain gauge. You will need to use an adhesive or resistant welding to install the strain gauge on the test specimen. We talked about the adhesive previously. Depending on the conditions, such as the test material, operating environment, the applicable temperature, suitable adhesive are to be used. Next, it will be the adhesive curing. You will have to wait for the adhesive to harden. Depending on the type of adhesive, CN type of adhesive can harden quickly, while some other adhesive will require 24 hours to harden. While waiting for the adhesive to harden, you will need to apply pressures to the strain gauge onto the surface it's supposed to be attached on. You may use thumb pressure or strain gauge clamp depending on the situation. If the adhesive hardens in a short period, thumb pressure is more convenient. But if you require longer time for the adhesive to harden, probably strain gauge clamp will be applicable. After that, you will need to check the status of the installed strain gauge. See if the strain gauge is properly attached to the test specimen, any visible damage, any air bubble under the strain gauge, is the adhesive properly applied, and etc. Next, it will be the lead wire connection. Connect the appropriate lead wire for the type of measurement. We have two main types of lead wire. One is parallel 2-wire lead wire, another one is parallel 3-wire lead wire. The connections to the data logger differs. Their applications also vary slightly. Normally, 2-wire lead wire is meant for shorter lead wire, while 3-wire lead wire is meant for a longer lead wire. The main difference is due to the resistance. The longer wire, the larger the resistance. The higher the resistance, there will be thermal output. This will affect the measurement. For 2-wire lead wire, if the temperature of the lead wire changes, the thermal output of the bridge is caused even though there is no change of actual strength. This may lead to inaccurate measurement. Therefore, this 2-wire method should only be used when the temperature change is not expected during the measurements, or when the thermal output can be disregarded. Otherwise, you will need to use this 3-wire method. It is a means to eliminate the thermal output of the lead wire, where the effects of the temperature change can be cancelled out. Now, if the strain gauge comes as an ordinary gauge, that means it doesn't come together with the lead wire. You will need to connect the lead wire with the strain gauge. This may involve the connecting terminal and some soldering process, as indicated in the diagram here. Once you have everything done, you will need to apply coating in order to protect the strain gauge. We talk about the purpose of the coating, the applications and considerations in selecting the right coating type, as well as their operating environment. What are the things that you need to consider? So, you will need to apply the appropriate coating for measurements condition. Lastly, you will do some final checking to ensure the strain gauge works properly. This can be done by performing a gauge resistance and operation check. This is about the general procedures for installations of the strain gauge. On top of these general installation procedures, there are more details that you need to pay attention in terms of how do you do the surface treatment, how do you select the proper strain gauge, and how do you apply the adhesive. Different adhesives have different characteristics. The procedures of providing adhesive may be different as well. Also, how do you check the strain gauge installations, and so on so forth. We shall discuss about this in our future videos.